12:30 here in the mid-state, so you know what time it is. Time. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition. Joining me, as always, behind the scenes is our soon-to-be award-winning producer, Justin Kulik. I ask you every week, and I'm going to continue to do so, but please don't forget to like, subscribe, and rate the show wherever you may be listening, whether it's on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, or downloading the show later on. Please like and subscribe and rate the podcast. You can also check us out on Facebook, on Main Street Preps, the Gallatin News, Hendersonville Standard, and the Portland Sun. You can give us a follow at Main Street Nashville, on Main Street Media TV, on YouTube, where you will find our entire host of shows, including Mornings on Main Street Sports Today, the George Plaster Show, and yours truly. So there's a show out there for you on our YouTube channel, so make sure you're checking that out. One last item of note before we get into today's show. Just want to say a huge thank you to the fans who tune in each and every week. Your support is greatly appreciated, so I just want to say thank you. Jumping right into it, our three big things this week are going to revolve around soccer and football. Our first couple things, we'll start with probably the biggest news noteworthy of last night's district semifinal game in 9-3A, and that was Hendersonville falling to Gallatin. A couple things. That was the first time Gallatin girls soccer had beaten Hendersonville since 1999. So a long time coming for the Green Wave. And that is actually the first time that Hendersonville will not play for a district soccer title in girls for the first time since 1994. So first off, heck of a run by Hendersonville girls soccer. I mean, this 27 years of dominance, of dominating your district. And so, just a big round of applause. I mean, obviously, I know you lost last night, so that's tough. It hurts to see your season come to an end. But, when you really step back and look at what the program has accomplished over these decades, it's nothing short of amazing and, second to none, to be quite honest with you. And for Gallatin, this is the third time in 4 years their girls soccer team has played for the district tournament championship. And so you don't want to say it's a complete turnaround of the culture at Gallatin because, Coach Greg Harper has been there for 20 plus years. And so he's always had, the right culture at Gallatin. But now the thing that's different is he's getting a lot of his girls playing club soccer, playing travel soccer, whether that be ECNL, whether that be the Rangers, whether that be Tennessee United Soccer Club or whomever. And when you're able to get girls on the team that play year round, much like your opponents like Hendersonville and Station Camp do, it makes for competing a little bit easier. And so when you have that and you mix that with the fact that they know how to win, that this freshman class was, a part of those sectional games 3 years ago, they remember what it was like not making it to the sectionals last year as juniors, and they wanted no part of it again. So, they just worked really hard this offseason. They played a gauntlet of a schedule. I mean, if you just look at who they've played this year, whomever they're going to face from here on out, it'll, not that it won't be a challenge, but it'll certainly be, we've seen this before type of thing. So Gallatin beating Hendersonville last night in the second game of the District 9-3A semifinals was noteworthy, and one you can check out on mainstreetpreps.com. I kind of highlighted that game along with the second game I'm about to talk about, which is Station Camp Beach, a game that was a little bit more lopsided in favor of Station Camp. They won 7-0, powered by 4 goals from freshman sensation Mallory Springs. She also had an assist as well. Sophomore sensation Aiden Wood had 2 goals as well. And then I don't want to leave off the other girl here. Maddie Morris scored the game's final goal for Station Camp, winning 7-0. And so, they're going to move into the district tournament championship, play Gallatin. They defeated Gallatin 3-1 earlier in the season, but got to expect Thursday night at Drakes Creek Park to be a little bit different. I'm excited about it. We'll be in attendance. And again, if you can come out and support some local girls soccer, I suggest you do so. It's at Drakes Creek Park, Field of Dreams, Russ Plummer Stadium, right there at the back of the park. Starts at 7 o'clock and should be a really good one. I know all district awards will follow afterwards. So, if you've got a night to come out and support girls soccer, Thursday night's a good opportunity to do so. And then don't want to leave out the other girls soccer programs, but shout out to Merrill Hyde, District 8 Single A. They defeated East Robertson on Tuesday night, 11-0. They play Independence Academy on Thursday night in the district tournament championship, a game which they should win. pretty easily. But, that they're going to, just alert the phone. They just called. They said they're going to play the game anyway, despite Merrill High being a big advantage. And then Liberty Creek in 9AA soccer advancing to their district tournament soccer game championship on Thursday, playing the winner of White House and White House Heritage. So a lot of good soccer being played here in Sumner County. Pope Prep, don't want to forget about them. They're kind of on a 2-week bye after their regular season before their playoffs start. They were 6-1 in D2 AA, so they're having a really good season as well, highlighted by Katie Shea Collins, maybe the best player in the mid-state, recently committed to the University of South Carolina. So a lot of really good soccer here played in Sumner County. Shout out to the Tennessee United Soccer Club for that. Shout out to all the coaches at the high school level for teaching these girls the game at a high level. So those are two of our big things this week. And then our last big thing before we jump into a break is our football slate this week. I think it's highlighted by Westmoreland and East Robertson, and we're going to hear from Chad Perry, Westmoreland head coach, after the break about that game. That game should decide a region champion in 4-2A, and so we're going to get into that a little bit later. But that is our Sumner County game of the week, and it's actually our Main Street Preps game of the week, highlighted with all the mid-state games. So that will be one to keep an eye out on for. Gallatin Beach. Gallatin's hosting Beach anytime those two teams meet. It's appointment television. It's appointment viewing. Now Beach has won 10 in a row. They are 14-7, I believe, since the turn of the century. So they've kind of dominated this series, but you never know what can happen. So that's a big game as well. You've also got Pope Prep versus Knox Catholic. Will Kenny Minchie return? It's Wednesday at 12:35, and I still have no answer to that. So one to keep an eye out for. And so you can head on over to mainstreetpreps.com. You can check out my pick'em column where I dive into every single game this week, including all the ones I mentioned, Portland Station Camp, and so on and so forth. So make sure you're heading on over to mainstreetpreps.com to check that out. We are going to head to a short break, but when we come back, we are going to bring in Westmoreland head coach Chad Perry. He has the Eagles at 5-3 on the season. They are 5-2 on the season. They are 3-0 in league play. They've defeated Trousdale County. They've defeated Watertown by a combined 62-0. They've gotten the monkey off their back, if they will. Now they've got one final test this Friday night against East Robertson, who is 6-1, also undefeated in league play. So excited to speak with Chad Perry about that game, about the season as a whole. So make sure you're staying through after the break as we talk to Coach Perry. This is the Sumner County Sports Show, powered by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, where fans don't let fans drive drunk.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
It was just a few cocktails at happy hour.
You really good drive.
There aren't any cops around.
I didn't think there were any cops around.
I drink and drive all the time.
Sir, you've been in a serious crash. I need you to hang on, okay? Cover your name, sir. You are right now?
It was just a few drinks. I'm good. I thought it was good.
After every game, we always have a few. It's no big deal. It was no big deal.
Hey, I can hold my liquor. I thought I could hold my liquor.
This is attorney Bart Durham, and this is me. I'm Aaliyah. Keeping in good physical condition is really important to me. But when I had a wreck with a tractor-trailer truck that hurt my legs so bad I couldn't work for almost a year, I knew I needed a lawyer that understood tractor-trailer cases. So I called Bart. Bart gets millions of dollars for his clients every year.
At Bart Durham Injury Law, we've handled hundreds of tractor-trailer cases.
My dad and I want to help. Give us a call at 615-242-9000.
For Dustin Timmons and Joey Donnelly, they welcome every opportunity to serve and satisfy their clients. Whether you are looking to build your dream home or renovate your current home, their team will ensure that every client and remodel is unique, luxurious, completed on time, and within budget. Contact them today to set an appointment for a free consultation or to view some of their completed projects by logging on to DonnellyTimmons.com.
And we are back As I told you before the break, we were going to bring in Westmoreland head coach Chad Perry to the show. Coach Perry has his Eagles flying right now. They are 5-2 on the season, 3-0 in league play, and play a very, very critical football game this Friday night against East Robertson at home. And so with that, I believe maybe Coach Perry's on the line at this moment, but maybe not. If not, that's fine. I thought I heard him in there. I see his picture now. Coach Perry, how are you doing today? Looks like
yeah. Well, 1 second. Sorry, Zach. I'll have to give him a call back here in a minute. 1 sec.
You're good. No worries. But yeah. So as I mentioned, the Eagles have a really good team this year. We had talked. I feel like I've been on the Westmoreland hype train all season long, to be honest with you. I mean, even when you date back to my summer conversation with Coach Perry for the Sumner County High School Football Magazine, you could tell then that he exuded confidence. He had a huge senior class that had been there and kind of been through the ringer. And so had a lot of hopes for this year, had a lot of expectations going into the season. But they opened up the year with a really tough game. I mean, they're a 2A program, and they welcome in Portland, a team that's in Class 5A, a team that they lost to last year. We spoke with Terry McCormick a couple weeks ago, Westmoreland's play-by-play announcer, and he mentioned that he thought the loss last year kind of got the season started off on the wrong foot. But he felt like this year kind of the opposite, that it really got the ball rolling for the Eagles this year. So whenever Coach Perry jumps in, we'll talk to him about that. And, I've got a lot of questions to ask him. One, I want to know, are they embracing the atmosphere for Friday night? Are they embracing the challenge that's going to come with East Robertson coming to town? Do they talk about the big game? Are they embracing all that is in front of them? Because it's been since 2014 they've had a chance to win a region title. Been since 2012 that they've actually won a region championship. So excited to talk with Coach Perry if and when he's able to jump in here today. Justin, were you wanted to say something? I guess not. I thought I saw Justin jump in as well. So that's just where we are right now. So I think if we can't get Coach Perry in, we were going to be able to bring in Terry McCormick, the play-by-play announcer. So we may need to take another break to kind of get that situated and sorted out. So let's do that. And so after the break, hopefully we'll be able to bring you somebody. So let's go to the break. Or maybe not. Maybe we're not going to go to the break. And so, or are we? I mean, let's go.
My apologies, Zach. I'm sorry about that, man. We can go whatever you'd like to do.
Yeah, let's go to a break and we'll try to figure this out. Okay.
I'm efforting on coach right now, but yeah, sounds good.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
It was just a few cocktails at happy hour.
You really good try.
There aren't any cops around. I didn't think there were any cops around.
I drink and drive all the time.
Sir, you've been in a serious crash. I need you to hang on, okay? Tell me your name, sir. Where you are right now?
It was just a few drinks. I'm good. I thought it was good.
After every game, we always have a few. It's no big deal.
It was no big deal.
Hey, I can hold my liquor. I thought I could hold my liquor.
This is attorney Bart Durham, and this is me. I'm Aaliyah. Keeping in good physical condition is really important to me. But when I had a wreck with a tractor trailer truck that hurt my legs so bad I couldn't work for almost a year, I knew I needed a lawyer that understood tractor trailer cases. So I called Bart. Bart gets millions of dollars for his clients every year.
At Bart Durham Injury Law, we've handled hundreds of tractor trailer cases.
My dad and I want to help. Give us a call at 615-242-9000.
No, I'm just here. You.
I'm Bart Durham.
I was sworn in as a lawyer in 1963, and I've been working as a lawyer since then.
We're a firm that does exclusively personal injury, a lot of tractor trailer crashes. Insurance companies will open up their checkbooks when you force them to.
We have systems that work.
We get the most money for our clients in the shortest amount of time. I'm Blair Durham. My dad and I want to help. Give us a call at 615-242-9000.
Jody Jones Dentistry can handle all your dental needs, from the basics to cosmetic procedures. All of this in the nicest dental facility I have ever seen. Jody has done it right. They're located conveniently at 55 Music Square East, and for an appointment, it's simple. Dial 615-259-5100 and tell them Plaz sent you.
For Dustin Timmons and Joey Donnelly, they welcome every opportunity to serve and satisfy their clients. Whether you are looking to build your dream home or renovate your current home, their team will ensure that every client and remodel is unique, luxurious, completed on time, and within budget. Contact them today to set an appointment for a free consultation or to view some of their completed projects by logging on to DonnellyTimmons.com.
When you're thinking about golf, consider Riverside Golf Links. Under new ownership, the course has improved dramatically. It's now 27 holes, complemented by a 9-hole executive course. Book a tee time now at 615-847-5074 and get ready to enjoy the beauty of golf in the Old Hickory area at Riverside Golf Links.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
It was just a few cocktails at happy hour.
You really good try.
There aren't any cops around. I didn't think there were any cops around.
I drink and drive all the time.
Sir, you've been in a serious crash. I need you to hang on, okay? Cover your name, sir. You know where you are right now?
It was just a few drinks. I'm good. I thought it was good.
After every game, we always have a few. It's no big deal. It was no big deal.
Hey, I can hold my liquor. I thought I could hold my liquor.
And we're back. Like Perry, talking with Justin. Maybe we got him through. Justin, can we try to put Coach Perry in through the line here?
So I'm trying to effort him on. He can only hear me at the moment for some reason. So what I can do is, so he can hear me at this. I can send him a link through audio only if we want to try that.
Yeah. Let's try that. Let's send him a link through audio only.
Okay.
See if we can't figure something out, because I'd love to get his perspective for this Friday night.
I'll do that. I'll text him over that link
on this game. So why don't we do this? Why don't we go ahead and pivot if we can, Justin, and go ahead and highlight our player of the week this week. If you have that available,
yes,
that photo available. So this week our player of the week was handed out to Beach senior running back Darius Johnson. Johnson rushed for 252 yards and 2 touchdowns in Beach's big win over Springfield on Friday night. So that's a 42-10 final. I know that Springfield had lost Devin Crenshaw, their quarterback, just before halftime. So it really changed the perplexity of that football game in the second half. But regardless, a good win for Beach. And, they're going to be tested on the road this week at Gallatin. They're going to need more from Johnson. I believe he's over 600 yards through the year. They've got several backs, 2-3 backs that are over 300-400 yards on the season. But Darius Johnson, 252 yards last week, including an 80-yard touchdown run, was very big in their win. And so shout out to Darius Johnson for our player of the week this week. And then I updated you a little bit on Merrill Hyde and Liberty Creek. I do want to update you now on our volleyball teams. Gallatin volleyball dropped their region semifinal match against Hillsborough, ending their season. Station Camp defeated McGavick in the region semifinals and advanced to the region finals, where they ultimately fell to Hillsborough. Shout out to the Burros for being region champs. So that means that Station Camp season will continue. They will go on the road for the sectional round, whether it be Brentwood or Ravenwood or whomever out of Williams County. I haven't checked yet. I believe they are playing today, if I'm not mistaken. So one more team left in volleyball. So shout out to Station Camp for advancing to sectionals. Shout out to Gallatin for advancing to the region. And I know Merrill Hyde advanced to the region tournament as well in their respective region before losing in the semifinals. So, just wanted to give an update on those two things. So I think we're going to let's try to take one more break while Justin tries to get Coach Perry on the line for audio. It's going to be a quick break because we've not got a lot of show time left. But let's do that. Let's take a quick break. But when we come back, hopefully we'll have Coach Perry. But if not, we'll try again next week and we'll close out the show. The only way I know how, shooting on that hoop right there.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
You really good try.
There aren't any cops around. I didn't think there were any cops around.
I drink and drive all the time.
Sir, you've been in a serious crash. I need you to hang on, okay? Cover your name, sir. You are right now.
And we're back. We are back on the Sumner County Sumner County show. And with that, we bring in Coach Perry. Coach, I'm so sorry for the technical difficulties, but we appreciate you hanging on through the line. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Doing very well. Thank you so much for joining us again. You know, big game. Let's cut right to it, Coach. I mean, a huge game Friday night against East Robertson, a really good football team. Your team has put themselves in the position to enjoy the success. I'm curious from you, are you guys embracing the atmosphere of this week?
Yeah, we are. We, it's been a long time since we've had the opportunity to play for a region championship or a region title and get ourselves in a position to where, it's a little bit different atmosphere for us around here. In the past, this week in the season, we're still been fighting to get in the playoffs. But, this year we've put ourselves in a good position to actually have a chance to do some good things and maybe host a playoff round or two. And, the thing about it is we're still going to take the same approach that we've taken all year. It's another game on our schedule. It's a region contest on our schedule. And, as far as preparation, we've had to ramp it up a notch. East Robertson is a tremendous program with Coach Brooks over there doing a great job. So, we're looking forward to Friday night.
Coach, this series goes back a long time. In fact, it dates all the way back to middle school. These two programs play in the same middle school league, as you know. Very good competition. When these seniors were in 7th grade, they played East Robertson twice, losing in the bowl game, winning in the regular season. As 8th graders, vice versa. They lose in the regular season, win in the bowl game. So these kids go back a long, long ways. What are you expecting from Friday night's game?
Well, you're right. These kids know each other well. Our communities are not that far apart, and they have been playing each other in a competitive atmosphere for a long time. For our seniors and juniors this year, they've only got to go back a couple of 3 years when they were battling for championships in the 7th and 8th grade. And, it's a built-in rival. I don't know that I would always call Westmoreland and East Robertson a long rival, but over the past few years with our close contest, it's become a really big rival, whether it had the accolations of what's going on with this game in itself. It's just a rival game now on our schedule, and, we want to prepare to win it.
I go all the way back to the summer, Coach, when you and I talked, and one of the things that you mentioned was the senior leadership that you were excited about. You got about 15, 20 guys, whether it's the Nick Grays of the world, Cameron Eden, Eli Stafford, Marshall Booker, Dawson Borders, Bryce Kittrell, and I'm obviously leaving somebody off there, but the list goes on and on. They've played a lot since sophomore year. They feel like it's their time. Do you feel like it's their time?
Yeah, I do. And these kids have that they're a class. They're a unique class. They've stuck together. When you hold 16, 17 seniors together for 4 years of high school football in a 2A program, it's a tremendous accomplishment just for the kids themselves because they bought in since they were freshmen. They've been a unique group to watch as they've grown up in our program, and most of them, a lot of them were on the field as sophomores. Pretty much all of them were on the field as juniors last year. So this bunch has really stuck together. They're a goal-oriented bunch. Whether that means summer workouts, whether that means weight room, maxes, or whether it means Friday night football, they set their mindset to accomplish something, and they do everything they can to go out and accomplish that.
You guys have played some pretty tough competition this season, Coach, whether it's Portland, Macon County, Smith County, Clay County. How do you feel like you'll be prepared no matter who you face moving forward just because of that tough out-of-conference schedule?
Yeah, a lot of programs try to schedule, some non-region opponents a lot of times to get a little break in their schedule and things like that. I felt like to raise our program to the next level and to get past first, second round of playoffs, we really had to play good competition. So, it bit us in the rear end a few times last year. We played a lot of people close, but I do feel like our program did improve. And I feel like that the results that we're seeing this year are just of what you just said. Our non-region schedule is pretty tough. We play some good opponents. We know how to play in a big game. We know how to play in a close game. And, we've seen athletes on the field all year, just like we're going to see Friday night out of East Robertson. So, it's not going to be something that we step out on the field Friday night and see something that we haven't seen as far as athletic ability or speed of the game, or we're not going to find ourselves in a position to where we haven't been before, being in a close contest, if that's what it comes down to.
Coach, Watertown, Trousdale County was a lot of teams' demon for a long time in that region. This year, you exercised those demons to the tune of 62-0 combined. I'm curious, what was the mood like after those wins? Because let's be honest, they've been hard to come by, right?
Yes, they have been hard to come by. And again, I just I give a nod to our senior class. That those teams that we played and defeated in our region already were goals on our goal board. These guys went out one game at a time, and we were able to take care of Watertown. And we also were able to take care of Trousdale County. And, those were huge wins for our program because those wins doesn't come very often for the Westmoreland Eagles. And, to get those victories and put ourselves in the position we're in, what we felt like was a huge accomplishment for where our program is today.
You guys were able to enjoy the bye week last week. I'm curious, how good was it just not only physically but mentally able to kind of reset a little bit as you get ready to go down the most important part of your schedule?
Well, we were very fortunate that our bye week does come where our schedule lays. And, again, we go out every Friday night and we play hard physical football. That's something that Westmoreland's been known for a long time, way before I took over the reins. And we pride ourselves in that. So, it's been a good recovery week for us. We've had a few kids that have been banged up and that we're trying to get 100% healthy. And that week last week was, a good physical break for us. I also feel like it's kind of a refresher to, take a couple of days, get it off your mind a little bit. And then, it's kind of like the second half of your season. We come back in after halftime of our season. We got ready to go this past Monday, and it seemed like our kids had another shot of energy and just a little bit more excitement, to get through what we got coming up.
Yeah, you kind of answered my next question, which would have been about preparation. So let me pivot for you. When I talked with Terry McCormick a couple weeks ago, he let me know that Dylan Beasley, senior wingback who broke his neck against Portland in week 1, had a chance to maybe be back for this one. Any update on that potential great story for Dylan Beasley?
Yeah, Dylan's a tremendous kid. He's worked his butt off in the weight room to get on the field, and unfortunately, he did have that injury in the Portland week. When you go around the head and neck area and those kinds of injuries, then it's something you got to be really cautious of. So he's done his due diligence as far as the doctors and being where he's supposed to be. Going through his rehab and his physical therapy and all that. And right now, we're hoping to get him back very soon.
Coach, I'll let you go with this. You mentioned all the athletes that you're used to facing, and East Robertson has plenty of athletes, right? Whether it's Zach Prince, whether it's the Groves, the Grove brothers. Defensively, that unit has bailed you out so many times this year. They're obviously a quality defense. What's the talks? What's the game plan this week to try to slow down this East Robertson attack that averages about 400 yards a game?
Well, overall, the difference between East Robertson and some of the teams that we're playing is not only do they have an athlete on the field, they're going to have multiple athletes on the field. We have prided ourselves in team speed on defense, and hopefully we can match that come Friday night because they do have some athletes. They got some big playmakers, and we're going to do what we do as far as our defensive scheme and the things that we've done well all year. And hopefully our kids will be able to play at a high level and match their athletic ability.
Coach Perry, in his 6th season leading Westmoreland off to a 5-2 start, 3-0 in the region, got a chance to try to lock up a region championship this Friday night. Coach Perry, thank you so much for joining us today, and best of luck these next couple days and, of course, on Friday night.
All right. Thank you guys for having me on.
You bet. That was Westmoreland head coach Chad Perry to talk about the big game Friday night. So a lot of energy from him, a lot of good stuff. So thank you to Coach Perry for jumping on to talk about that game. We're running a little long today, but as you know, I'm skipping overtime. No spoiler alert. It's about the 3rd Saturday in October. I'm a Tennessee fan. Can the Vols win? Will they cover? I don't know, but I mean, I'll say this. It's definitely the first time in my life that I am, and I don't smoke cigars, but I'm going to have a cigar on hand just in case they do win. But Steph Curry shoots and no good, but I will see you next week.